Auntie Beachress here. Gee, I'm just honored that you guys asked me to come on here. Because you know what? I just been out and about ever since Power season started. And your auntie's been on the road. I know. Basketball tournaments, you name it. Lacrosse, soccer, I've been there. I'm that auntie who won't be quiet. I'm just cheering loud. Even at the powwows, I don't just cheer during men's fancy. I cheer the whole way for everyone. Way to go! These are dancing good. One time, tell you guys a story. One time, I was cheering too hard, too loud. They had the powwow security come try to escort me out. I was like, get off of me! They're trying to grab my arm, and you know your auntie don't like it when anybody tries to mess around. It's like, don't get off of me. I said, get off. And gee, they're just scared of your auntie because everyone's scared of your auntie. I don't know why. Probably because I tell it how it is. I tell the truth. Anyway, that security was just trying to rough me up. Gee, I'm the one who is rough. Nobody roughs me up. And I said, get off me. I know who your auntie and your uncle are. Go over there right now and tell them to tell you off. I was like, unless you want to get beat up by your auntie. I wasn't going to do that at the powwow. I was going to do that when we got to the car. Anyway, so they were saying, they let me go. Like, gee, well, they told us that you're drunk up there. And I'm like, I'm not even. I didn't have nothing to drink. I'm sitting here with my coffee and I'm cheering. Just because nobody else cheers or trying to get after me. So I want to remind you to just, you know what, if you're happy and you're doing your own thing, to keep doing that. Because some people might see you as a disturbance. Gee, she laughs too loud. Or, oh, look at her just trying to show off. Or go and remove her. And here, anyway, I'm just reminding you guys because that sure happened to me. Geez, I was just mad. After that, I was just quiet. For a good 10 minutes, I was quiet. Then I started cheering again. But yeah, I just been on the powwow trail. Long time ago, your auntie was a champion dancer. Today's day and age, you see these fancy shawl dancers dancing, flying everywhere, kicking their legs all which ways and going crazy. That's not how I dance. You know what? Long time ago, we had our own moves. We didn't copy each other and steal each other's moves. We didn't do all that. No. We had our own moves, you guys. Our very own. We didn't look at each other and say, oh, I'm going to do that move. I like that move. We went over our own moves. So when people seen you said, oh yeah, that's Beatrice right there. I like her moves. I like her style. Nowadays, everyone dances alike. You don't know some very, very few have their own styles. And you know what? That's good. That's good to have your own style and even your outfits, to know who you are, to know where you come from, and have your own designs from your people. So, because you know what? Back when I used to dance, we know who was from which tribe. We know whose family this one or that one belonged to. Now we don't know. Everyone looks like they're Lakota, Dakota, Nakota. Everyone looks like that because and good. They're starting florals at these powwows now, floral designs on their outfits. But if you're gonna start anything new, or if you're gonna start, make sure you know who you are. Make sure that you talk to your elders of your family, you talk to your aunties. And I'm not just relating this to powwows, I'm relating this to life. You have to know who you are. And if you don't know yet and you're still on your journey, that's okay too. Because each and every day, it's an opportunity for all of us. It doesn't matter if they're older, or it doesn't matter if they're an adult or they're, you know what? We all have learning to do. There's so much education for us to learn our language, learn our songs, learn how we want to pray, our own style. There's no right way. There's no wrong way. We're native people. We're Indians. We have our own songs, our own ways. And so even taking the time to learn that, it gives you a sense of fulfillment internally, spiritually, where our people have always known this. Our people are spiritual people. We have our own cultures and we have our own languages and we have a way we do things. And it's always there for you to learn. And I'm talking about this because you know what? This is a way to fulfill yourself. As Native people, we heal inside and then out. And so if you're trying to heal outside and you're not ever working inside for your spirit or your mind, then there's going to be some imbalance. There's going to be some chaos. You're going to be trying to work out all the time, which is good. Take care of your physical health, take care of your health. But you know what? If you're not taking care of your mind and your spirit, it's going to be a mess. That's backwards. We need to go this way, not this way. And even if we're only taking care of the physical, we're only going a quarter of a way around that circle. And we do everything in circles, hochoka. You know, that circle is sacred. Everything we do, even some of your men's belly is their circle. Sacred, because they eat your food that you cook and you spiritual. No, but on a serious note, we do everything in a circle. And when we're only going a little ways and we expect healing, that healing only happens when we come full circle. So remember that each and every one of us were responsible to do our part. Take care of yourself. When you're waking up in the morning, what are you doing? Are you going right on your phone and scrolling? And you're wondering why you're feeling rushed and chaotic, and then, oh, it's time to go. I got to get going. I got to hurry up. Slow down. Make a routine. Start taking care of yourself. If you have a routine, you know, and I know a lot of us, we're used to chaos. We're used to randomness. We're used to getting up and going. No, you know what? Take some time. When you open your eyes in the morning, you know what you have to do? Say what you're grateful for. You know, I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful to be able to open my eyes. You know, name 5 to 10 things. And if you can keep going and going, that's good too. That's lila washte. That's sagids. If you can keep naming what you're grateful for, wake up in gratitude. Because you know what? If you're not waking up in gratitude, you're going to be listing the things that you wish you had, the things that only if I had it this way, or gee, if I look like this. You're not being grateful for what you have. You're going to be trying to reach elsewhere. When really, when you're grateful and you're looking around, I'm thankful my mom's here. I'm thankful that my kids are healthy. I'm thankful that I'm healthy. I'm thankful that I can laugh. You know what? That energy, when we speak things, when we think things, that energy pushes out. We're a circle. You are the center of your circle. You go like this all the way around, that's who you're affecting. So if they're in your energy and you're being crabby and this is somebody here and you're like, geez, I wish I had more money. Gee, if only I had long hair that touched the floor. Or gee, I wish I could do this or that. You're scrolling. I wish I was traveling, but no, I'm working. You could be looking on your phone and you're affecting the people around you. This being your family, you're affecting them. And you know, they're hearing you. They're having to hear you complain and to not be grateful. It's important to start your day with gratitude. And there's going to be days you forget, sure. Well, then when you remember, take a seat wherever you are and think of those things you're grateful for. Even if you're taking a shower and you're washing your hair, oh yeah, I forgot to say the things I'm grateful for. And you start in and you're naming all those things. I'm grateful my friend came over and visited last night. I'm grateful for the music I listen to that uplifts my spirit. I'm thankful. You know, you're putting that good energy out there. That's important. Every grandma I know has reminded me, remember what your words are and your thoughts. You're putting them out there. If you're complaining, if you're gossiping, if you're talking bad about yourself, you're putting it out into the universe. Your spirits hear you. Every one of us has helpers. Your helpers are hearing you. They're hearing what you're saying, and then those things come into fruition. They keep happening over and over. And then you wonder why things aren't working out. Well, that's because of you. You're saying nothing ever works out for me. Well, then when you put that in the universe, you're making it happen. But when you say, okay, I'm trusting in the process, everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to be. That didn't work out. Something better is coming. When you switch your words like that, start with gratitude and catch yourself when you're thinking of saying negativity out loud. Remember to challenge yourself and say, you know what? I feel that way right now. I'm in my emotions, but you know what? I'm going to change my words right now. Even if you said that out loud, not everything's not working out too. Everything is going to work out. And you correct yourself, that's still work. You're working on yourself. That's process. Gee, that's good. Do that work every day. You wake up, before you touch that phone, before you touch the floor, start that gratitude. After that, get up. If smudge, take that smudge, pray to that smudge, because that smudge is medicine. And if you have your own beliefs in religion, do your thing. Do what you're supposed to do. However, your scriptures, whatever it is, that way works too. But I'm here to advocate for our culture and our spirituality and our ways. And so I'm going to teach you what I know. And you wake up and you take that smudge and you pray to that sage, that sweetgrass, that cedar, that bare root, that fungus, whatever you smudge with, pray to that and give gratitude to that medicine, because these are medicines. It's not just, oh, I have sage, I'm gonna wand off. I see all these videos online. I'm gonna ward off the evilness. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna run around with it. Like, that's good. They're making the proper steps, but we know as Native people that we put our words and our thoughts and our energy into this medicine, and we ask that spirit of that sage, that spirit of that cedar, spirit of that sweetgrass. You ask it mentally, or even if you're saying it verbally, I need help with my confidence. I need help with this trauma that I can't seem to move through. I need help. I need you to help me. So when you're smudging like this, you're calling on, when you're calling on those spirits, those good spirits, to help you with what you want. A lot of times I'm guilty of this too, because I'm human myself, believe it or not. You know what, your auntie, sometimes I'm in a rush, I'm smudging. I'm just trying to hurry up and smudge. That's not the way to do it. And I'll correct myself and I'll use myself as an example. Because sometimes I'm in a rush. Sometimes I got to get to bingo right away when I'm in a rush. And so I do that. And I'm telling you right now, don't do it like that. Take that time. If we have time to be on our phones scrolling for hours, we have time for prayer, for spirituality, to smudge, to take care of our spirit, to put out some food, a little bit of food, if you're having coffee in the morning, put out a little cup of coffee and say those names of your relatives on the other side, for your dad, for your uncle, whoever's over there, your best friend, your dog. Put that food out. It has to be a little tiny bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. Little bit of coffee goes a long way. You ask them for help. You ask those spirits for help here, because there's spiritual laws that can help us with what they can hear. They can't tell us the future. There's certain things they can and can't do. But what I do know is that they can help us heal. They can help us, guide us with the right direction to go, and to help us have some understanding spiritually. But if we're doing this on our own and I know what to do, I know all of this, eventually we're going to find ourselves on the floor crying, frustrated, kicking. It doesn't matter how old you are. You don't have to be a kid to be frustrated, laying on the ground, crying, and have our hands up and finally surrender and talk to those spirit helpers or the higher power. This is important. This isn't anybody else's job. It's not your best friend, your husband, your man, it's not your girlfriend, or it's not nobody else's job, your grandma. Nobody can do this work, this inside work, but you. Only you. You are responsible for that. We all, you see your cousin on the couch, you turn here, you see your mom, you look over here, you see your kids or your best friend. Every one of us in here has been through trauma. One might be, and everyone's trauma is great to them. That great, in a way, not great like, oh, that's great, but great as in it's a lot. It's greater. It's a lot. And we can't compare our traumas because they're significant to all of us. We've been through things. Excuse me. We all been through things. All of us. Our ancestors, our grandmas, and if they didn't take care of themselves, like I'm telling you right here how we need to take care of ourselves, because I can tell you, oh, don't worry about that. Ignore that. Focus on, go play some basketball. That's how it is. You know what? If I was back to what I was saying before I was interrupted by that. Somebody was calling me. We have a responsibility to take care of ourselves. So again, I'll repeat this. Start with gratitude when you wake up in the morning, what you're thankful for before you get on your phone. Listen to some motivation. You can always look up on YouTube or have an audio book of self-healing, self-development. You'll find someone to listen to. Listen to our songs, our powwow songs, listen to our ceremony songs. Maybe there's even just a song that's in these modern times, a country song or an uplifting song. I'm not talking about a song that you cry to. That's for another time. I'm talking about something that uplifts you. Maybe you know a word for word song and it's saying good things, positive things. Sing that, get up, move your body, dance a little bit. Do something that uplifts your spirit no matter what happened yesterday. Maybe you had a fight with somebody, maybe you had a breakup with one of your friends, whatever. Leave yesterday and yesterday. Wake up with this new day. Wake up and you control this day, not anybody else. And you know what? You might say, gee, but these people are talking about me or these ones because of what I did. Yeah, feel those feelings, and that doesn't feel good. That brings you shame and guilt. Feel that, acknowledge that, validate that within yourself. I feel shameful when they're talking about me. I feel guilty. Okay, we all make mistakes. Each and every one of us. Believe that or not, nuns, priests, medicine men, medicine women, everyone makes mistakes. We say things we don't mean. We're human. We were sent here to live this life and we're living it, and it's hard. This life that we're living, it's hard. I know that because I live it too. Your Auntie Beachress is crazy. That's why you guys invited me on here, because I speak the truth. And I made a lot of mistakes in my life, you guys, but the only thing I can do is what I'm telling you. This routine, wake up and appreciate what I have. Wake up, look around, be appreciative. That's all I can do. And forgive myself for what I said or what I did, and forgive others. And I know that sounds like, oh, just like that, am I supposed to forgive them or forgive myself? Do you know what I did? Or do you know what they did to me? We can do that all day. We can point fingers at others. We can point them at ourselves. We can, all of us, that's easy. Did you know that? That is easy to do, blame other people and get mad at ourselves and keep ourselves in this energy, because that's energy. When you're doing that and you're pointing out, you're calling on those dark spirits to, you know what? And dark spirits come with fear. They come with anger. They come with shame. They come with guilt. That's not of light. That's not of spirit. That's not of higher power. And so when you're doing that, you have to talk to yourself. And I know it might seem, gee, I don't want to seem like I'm crazy and talk to myself. Self-talk is crucial in self-development, self-healing. You need to talk to yourself. And sometimes you'll need to argue yourself and say, no, I'm not going to be scared. No, I'm not going to keep blaming that person. I'm going to pray to ask the spirits to help me to release them, because they keep coming in my head and it keeps making me mad for what happened over and over every single day. I want to use that energy for something else, even if you have to keep praying about that for 10, 20, 30 days every day. And get away from what you're inputting, you're outputting. So when I say, when you're listening to music, make sure it's positive and uplifting and motivating. And that's why I say, listen to our songs, because in any one of our native languages, we don't have cuss words. We don't have, we have prayer songs that are speaking our native tongue. And when our language is spoken, we're speaking that beautiful love language. When you're, even if we're speaking a few words of your language here and there, remember that medicine, that language is medicine to everything in this universe, to the spirits, to the trees, to the dogs, to your family around you. When you're speaking a little bit of our language, when you're hearing our powwow songs, our ceremony songs, our hand games, our bird songs, whatever nation it comes from, there's power in that. You're pushing all that negativity out of your space with that drum beat. When you hear that drum beat, when any of you have been to a ceremony or a powwow, when you hear that drum beat, you feel that vibration in your spirit, in your heart, in your body, and you wonder, it felt so good to be at the powwow. It wasn't that taco you ate. It wasn't those cheese fries. It was that spirit. Your body is being vibrated by that drum, by those songs, by those jingles, by those bells. Or you know what? Even a song that isn't sang by our native people, there's power in those. Even if you listen to gospel, that's good too, if that's how you do it. Or if there's a positive song you like to listen to, it's vibrating, it's creating a vibration. We all have a vibration within us, and that's our spirit, and we all have energy. And I didn't even know I was going to talk about this. I was going to tell you guys some of my old crazy stories, and here your auntie is going on, and this is fitting. This is the way it's supposed to be. This conversation was supposed to happen, and you remember that each and every one of you are going to take something from this conversation, and you're going to start your morning ritual, and make sure you're laughing through the day. If you can assign, and you can be cleaning your house, or you're taking care of your car, or taking care of something else, you can make time to laugh. Watch a comedy, listen to something funny, go visit that one friend that always makes you laugh. Make time to laugh, because laughter is medicine for us. It's medicine for the universe. When you're laughing, you're giving an offering. And when you're laughing, you're healing those traumas within you. You're healing that stuff that you've been through, that trauma that you've caused. Because even though we all have trauma, we've caused trauma too on someone. So if you're not forgiving them, those people you caused trauma, they're not going to forgive you. It's a circle. Remember, we talked about that. If you're working on, I don't know what forgiveness is. If you're sitting here, I'm not going to forgive them. I don't even know how to do that. Figure it out. Read about it. Google it. How do I forgive someone? What are the steps? Do some research. Because if you're researching on your cousin who's always full of drama on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, you can do some research on self-development. How do I release and forgive somebody who hurt me? You have all the time. Don't say you don't have time. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear none of that. We all have excuses. If I have time to go to bingo, I have time to Google how to forgive my cousin Rita for that time we fought after the bar closed and she tried to steal my man. But she didn't know better not to mess around with me. Do I advocate violence? No. Did we fight? Yes. Is that the truth? Yes. Do I need to work on forgiving her? Yes. And that's what I'm working on now. Rita, I can't stand her. When I see her anywhere, and I know it because I'm holding a hot coal. This is an example. I'm holding a hot rock waiting for her to come by so I could throw it at her. You know what? She doesn't come by ever. And I'm holding that. And guess who's really getting hurt? Me! I am. So I can't be holding this grudge on. I'm working at one thing at a time. People I'm mad at that hurt me, I'm working on it one at a time. I'm praying about it. I'm writing about it in my journal. I'm talking about it. When I'm dancing, I'm asking to forgive them. When I'm outside putting my tobacco down and praying, I'm asking them to take those feelings I have against my cousin. Because we used to have so much fun, me and Rita. Then we got in a fight and we violated each other's boundaries. And I hurt her too. I know that. And for a long time, I was proud of that. Good. She should be hurt too. Good. But now, as I'm doing this work, even your Auntie Beachress has work to do, and I'm doing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here telling you guys what to do. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite. We're all imperfect. Each and every one of us. You want to sit there and act perfect? I didn't hurt nobody in my life. I'm not hurt. You're lying. Each of us have something to work on every single day. And that's good if you're working on yourself physically. Well, remember that's a balance. And if you're not working on yourself physically and you're doing all these steps spiritually and mentally, remember to move your body, because each and every one of our ceremonies that we have, sun dances, powwows, bird dancing, we're moving, we're in movement, because our people have always known that we store trauma in our muscles in our body, and we stomp those things out. We're stomping them out. We're working on ourselves, wherever that is, and remember that you need all of this. And some of you are saying, I don't even like to work out. Go for a walk, 20 minutes outside. You need that. Anyway, you're too busy. Your mind's always wandering. Take care of yourself. And if I think, this conference is beautiful, and I'm glad that they invited your auntie on, because I had some truth to speak, and I thought I was gonna, I thought I was gonna tell some of my old war stories, but this is what's come of this, and this is what's welcome, is these ways to take care of yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, just like that medicine wheel, it's circle. Remember that everything you do is in a circle. Every time you're helping, some of you help others, you help others, you help others, you get to bed and you're saying, what about me? I didn't help me. And that's why I'm telling you, when you're saying your gratitude prayer, you move to say smudging, and you ask for what you need. Ask that medicine. I need to learn to take care of myself. What does that mean? Help me. I'm asking for the higher power to help me. Tugashila wakantanka, dade wakuba, whatever your language is, remember to acknowledge those spirits and ask them exactly like you're putting in an order somewhere. If you don't like cheese on your cheeseburger, you don't ask for it. You say, I like tomatoes, onions. I like my burger to be well done. You're asking when you're going to eat. So it's no different to be asking when you're praying for what you need. And don't feel selfish. You need to take care of yourself first before you can help everyone else, because you're sitting there helping everyone else and then you're forgotten about. Then you're just suffering and you don't want to ask no one for help because you're stubborn and you don't want no one to look at you and all this and that. Well, you need to help you then. And that's all I'm going to say is you need to help you. Take care of yourself. Remember, some of you are eating bad and you're get mad at yourself in your head. Geez, I could probably be 140 pounds, but I'm eating too much. And then you know what? You're protecting yourself. Wherever we're gaining weight, if you're gaining weight here, you're not saying what you need to say. If you're gaining weight here, you're covering this is the softest part on us. And the animals always think of us in a way that we're cowards because we expose the softest part. Well, if you're gaining weight here, there's things that you're storing here, trauma that you don't want to address, you don't want to release. And so it's getting balled up there. So you have stomach aches. You think about those things. If you're needing food and all that you have access to is this cheeseburger or pizza, remember that any food could be prayed over, that you're taking care of yourself, that you have to be intentional and mindful of everything. And I'm reminding you guys this because I'm reminding myself too to be mindful. What does that mean, Beatrice, to be mindful? When I'm taking a drink of this coffee, remember to use your 5 senses. Smelling it, that smells good, like hazelnut. And then whenever you're taking a drink, you're not looking at your phone, you're not watching the TV, you're not distracted, you're here and you're making this time with this, whatever, if it's food, if it's your family, if it's your prayer, you're taking time for it. And take a drink. And I'm tasting that sugar on my tongue because I have lots of creamer, and I'm drinking that, and I'm taking that time to really feel what I'm feeling while I'm indulging in food, or I'm indulging in my senses and what I'm seeing. Take that time, even if you have to practice being mindful for 5 minutes. At least you're learning how to be mindful. And I'm gonna, last but not least, your auntie is gonna remind you before I get ready to go to the casino. I'm gonna remind you that last but not least, remember that when you're done with your morning routine, whatever that looks like, then you can help other people. Just like they say, when you're in an airplane and they bring up those oxygen masks, you don't go put them on everyone on the plane and then you're put them on yourself. You won't have nothing left. You'll be passed out. Put that mask on yourself. Provide you with that air first. Then you can go off and help everyone else. Don't be trying to go up. Take care of yourself. Take a break. If you're watching TV and everyone expects you to be doing something, say, no, I'm taking time for myself right now. And they say, gee, you're just watching TV. You ain't even doing nothing. No, yes, I am. I'm doing what I want to do right now. That's important. Use your voice. Some of you don't use your voice and you get ran all over and they treat you like a workhorse. And then you wonder why you're miserable because you're not doing what you want to do. And you can never please anybody in your life. You can't please them. Everyone's going to be upset about something or nitpick. So you do, and you plan your day and you plan your life the way you want to. I don't care what your age is. You do what you want to do. But I gotta get going because I gotta plan my own life too. These are crazy, innit? But sometimes Auntie gets on here and tells crazy stories, and sometimes your Auntie Beachress spits knowledge. And I tell it how it is. I tell you what I'm doing and I share it. And that's the way it is. But I'm Auntie Beachress. Ori o gods, doksha ke wa chiang topic de. Exa maga mo estas.